Hello, welcome everybody. In today's video, we'll be looking at how to customize your Photoshop workspace to suit your need. So you're welcome to my YouTube channel. If this is your first time, please hit the subscribe button. If you are a returning viewer, please thank you so much for sticking with me and hit the like button. Just drop your comment, anything, turn on your notification. And without further ado, let's jump right into it. Okay, many of you must have been seeing my workspace and you'll be wondering why is this workspace different from mine. Okay, so in order to actually make you understand how the workspace work, I actually customize my own workspace to fit the way I really like things to look like. Okay, I customize everything here, customize here. So in order for us to have our workspace my workspace look like yours, so we just need to go to window, go to workspace. Then here's my workspace. I actually named this my workspace. The original workspace, let's reset to default, which is the essentials. Okay, the essential. If I click on this now, everything is just going to rearrange just the way it was in the beginning when I first installed Photoshop. So this is how it actually look like. Probably yours look like this now. You'll be like, oh wow, mine look like yours now. But since then, the more you work, the more you really want things to look the way you want it to look like. So Photoshop is not a hard fixed software. You have to customize it sometimes to make it fit your need. So this is where we begin with the customizing process. Okay, the first thing you have to know is this layer panel is here. I don't really like it here because now I have to scroll. I don't see all my layers the way they should be because this is where they call the layer. So I can easily just drag this and place this here. Okay, but you see this 1, 2, 3 they are together, and you see this hamburger menu here is very tight. You can just hold somewhere here, hold. Oh, I've already done that before. So I just did it now without you giving you the proper instruction. As you hold, you're just going to leave that workspace and you can come somewhere here and you can adjust it to fit the length that you want. But I want it to be attached to this window. Okay, so I have to come here, somewhere around here. There's hold. Now you can move it anywhere. And as you drag it to this part, watch what happens. It highlights. It tells you you're about attaching it to this part of this window. Is that what you want to do? If I drag further, it's going to come here. Now you see it. So that means there's a space in between this place. If I let go now, it's just going to adjust to the window. And you see now it's now become part of that part. I can also drag it now. If I hold this part and drag and drag it to this other part and let go, it has already attached itself. So that's one way you can actually customize. If you notice, mine in the beginning was my property panel was somewhere here, so I can hold this part and drag it here. Okay, now you see it. I can drag, hold. As it gives you those blue line, you can let go, and now it has attached itself to that panel. Though this has made my workspace look smaller, but it depends on what you want. Okay, so one other thing that I really want to show you too is this icon here, which shows two window. Okay, if I should click on this, this is going to it's going to turn it to this full screen mode. If I click on it, look at what happens. Now it hides every other thing, including my task bar, and just put everything in this isolation mode. Okay, the only problem is, if you notice in the beginning, let me take this from, it's going to ask you. If I click back on it, let's go back to normal. I will show you all this part, but I just want to be in this part again. Okay, good. Now if you notice, there were these two windows that were open here, but the end time you are in the full screen mode, you'll not be able to have access to your windows of programs, all your designs that are open, because this is where you actually just select any design that you are working on. Maybe you open two designs, they will appear. If you open more than one, it's going to appear here. But if you are in the full screen mode, you won't see them anymore. But how then do you navigate between two documents that are open in Photoshop? That's what I'll be showing you. There's a shortcut for that. Okay, now that you are in the full screen mode, you don't see it anymore. Then how then do you switch between those two programs? All you need to do is, so you hold down the control at the tab key. Okay, once you are in this place, you hold the control and you hit your tab. Okay, it's going to switch between those two designs that are open, those two documents that are open. Okay, in case you're in the full screen mode and you don't have your documents here, if you have more than two, as you hold down your control key and hit the tab key, it's just going to be switching between those two programs. Okay, so that is one thing that you can do also with it. So I just want you to know this. Then if you should click on this icon again, it's going to do something else. It said in full screen mode, panels are hidden. Okay, they can be accessed on the slides of the screen or revealed by pressing the tab. Okay, that's what I just showed you. Okay, so if you press down the tab key, now that it's in this full screen where only your design is just showing here. Okay, or there's no way you can be working like this anyway, but they can be accessed by pressing the tab key. Okay, so when you press the tab key, you come back to normal. So that's what that command just say. And also one other thing is, you can see that my background here is black. You can actually change it. You can click on your left key. Is it left or right? Okay, we click on the left, you click on the right. Okay, right click, then you're going to see these options here. You can change it to dark gray, you can change it to light gray, you can change it to custom color. Okay, in this custom color, you can select your custom color here by selecting this. Maybe there's a particular color you like seeing in your background, you can choose any color. Okay, and just going to change it. Okay, this depends on what you want. So let's go to black. I love black. It depends on what you're working on. If you're working on white, you can change it to black. If you're working on black, you can change it to white in order to have how your document is going to look like in the end. So that is one thing. Another thing that you should know about customizing layer is you see these tabs that are here all together. They can actually be separated and others be added to them. Okay, now when it's here in the property panel, this is what shows. It's like this tab is open, so we have this adjustment layer, then this tab becomes open. Then we have this library. This is the online creative cloud library. It's your library. So we have this but this on itself can be moved. Okay, you can hold this one, hold, and it's going to be separated. Okay, on its own somewhere here. You can just move things here. You can come to this property, move it somewhere on its own. Now this becomes, and you can close this one on its own. Maybe you don't want this one, you can just say come here and you say close tab. Okay, so you can have your windows like this just floating in the air. Okay, you can have them floating. Even this one that was attached here, you can drag and just let it go here. It can be floating in the air like this. Some time ago I was working with a floating window where everything was just floating, including this one here, your toolbar. Things can just be floating like this on your design page if it's what you want. This color, it can be here, it can just be floating. Some persons like working like this. It just depends on what you want. Okay, so these are different ways you can customize. Now after customizing your layer, your workspace, and you like it, you go back to this window, then you come to workspace and you say, you click on new workspace, then you give it your name. Let's say my workspace 2. Okay, my workspace 2. Okay, now it's going to ask you keyboard shortcuts. We have menus, tools bar, and all of that. Just save everything so that you have everything intact, then you click save. Okay, and now that you have this saved, if you come back to the window again and you come to workspace, you're going to see that workspace 2 is actually active. Okay, so this depends on you, but if you want to return to the original workspace that we have before in Photoshop, if you click essential now, everything that you've done is going to refresh. Okay, now you may see that nothing really happened when you clicked on it. This is because whenever you change your workspace, it automatically saves it at the default essentials. Whatever we've done is the same thing as this workspace. But what happened now, if you reset essential, it comes back to the original normal. Okay, so let's click reset essential, and everything is back to how it was when you first installed Photoshop. Now the reason why this happened like this is that you may be using your Photoshop over and over again, and you've customized everything. If you don't save, it's only there as essentials. Okay, here's essential, it's only there as essential default, but it's only when you saved it that it becomes permanent. Okay, so make sure that after customizing your Photoshop workspace, always save it, because if you should close your Photoshop after customizing it and you don't save, open next time, it's still going to be the way you customized it, but over time, maybe something happened to your Photoshop, you can't get it back. Okay, you can't get it back. So another thing is you can lock your workspace. If you lock your workspace, meaning nobody can just come to your workspace and start moving things around. Okay, that's just one thing, one advantage that you can have with that. So this is how you customize your workspace. This is how it works. I hope you find this video helpful, and if this is your first time, please hit the subscribe button and like this video, drop your comments, and thank you so much. And by the way, today is the 4th day of teaching what I know as a graphic designer. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.